Hey guys, how's it going? Crypto Stu here. So today, really excited to bring to you this brand new Elephant Money Futures Calculator. This is V3.1. I did the first version about a week ago. Since then, it's changed considerably. The product itself has changed. There's been a few little tweaks happening in the background. I've been in constant discussion with SK CryptoK and various other different community members to make sure that we're working here with the most up-to-date and accurate information. There was a BT left a voice note on the Telegram channel yesterday with his most recent update, and all of that is incorporated into this new calculator. So this video is going to give you a quick overview of what futures is and how to use this calculator so that you can figure out what your plan of attack is going to be. So before I get into the detail, as always, if you can, remember to like and subscribe, and it really helps if you can leave a comment. It just helps the YouTube algorithm so we get more eyes on this fantastic ecosystem, which is Elephant Money. So Elephant Money Futures, BT describes it as a high yield savings account. So the goal here is not just to plonk in a certain amount of money at the beginning and then just claim from that amount of money. The goal is to consistently add fresh capital over a period of time and earn yield on that capital until you get to a point where your account balance is where you want it to be, and then you can start to claim out either in a regular fashion, or you can do a combination of claiming and continuing to deposit to build it up, or you can take it out in bigger chunks, and all of that will be shown in this calculator here. So ultimately, you put BUSD in, you get BUSD out. You earn 0.5% a day on your BUSD. 90% of the funds that are deposited go straight to the BUSD treasury, which is going to help support the Elephant Money treasury, Bertha, which ultimately is the backbone of the whole system. 10% of the funds are held in a buffer pool to help pay out rewards when they're needed. A couple of the details here. So there's a 200 BUSD minimum deposit. That is your initial deposit and also any future deposits that you make. Depositing fresh capital in the futures contract will automatically compound any available rewards that you have. You can claim at any time. You can claim up to the second. There's a $1 million deposit. $1 million max balance. There's a $2.5 million max payout, and there's a max reward accrual, so you can only accumulate up to 50,000. Once you get to 50,000, you have to take an action. You either have to make a claim to restart it, or you would need to deposit fresh funds to restart it. In the last voice note that BT left, there's also an introduction of what he has called a limiter or a throttler. And that's, again, another measure to improve overall sustainability. So the way that works is it tracks the difference or the spread between the amount that you have compounded in the system versus the amount that you have deposited. So once that number hits 50,000, so you've compounded $50,000 more than you have deposited, then there's a 10% throttling effect on the rewards. So instead of getting 0.5 a day, you'd get 0.45 a day. And then that number increases as that compounding versus deposit spread grows up to a maximum of 50%. So ultimately, you would, if you at that top bracket, you would be getting paid. Your daily reward rate would be 0.25% rather than 0.5%. So I think that's enough of an overview. Let's jump into the calculator itself. So the main screen here is the dashboard, and this is where you need to put in your inputs. And for the vast majority of people, all you'll ever need to use is this dashboard page here. And you can see there are 3 different sections here: strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 3. So it allows you to compare 3 different strategies. You've then got this chart on the right hand side. The chart is dynamic, so you can change what you want to look at. So you can look at total invested, you can look at your total balance, you can look at the total amount that you've claimed or banked. Then if you scroll down, you'll see these tables, and this is just a 36-month overview of what's happening in the system, the amount you've invested, the amount you've banked, your balance, how much you're earning daily, and your ROI percentage for each of the 3 different strategies. Down at the bottom here, you'll see the different tabs. So this is the detail that's happening behind the scenes, and the information for the dashboard is being pulled from each of these sheets. So most people will not need to go into these. There are a couple of exceptions to that, which I'll go into in detail as we go through here. Strategies are the pre-built strategies. So there's nothing you need to do with that. And the chart data is just the information for the chart there and where the chart is pulling that data from. So most people only ever need to think about using this dashboard here. And there's quite a lot going on here. I wanted to make this as user-friendly as possible, but also as flexible as possible, which is one of the reasons that I'm creating this video, because it might not be obvious at first glance. So let's just look at strategy 1 to begin with. You put in your initial deposit up here in this cell and your regular deposit amount. So let's go with $10,000 and $200. Then phase 1, this is the strategy that you're going to use until your balance reaches this balance goal. So let's just, for the sake of this video, let's just put that down to 50,000. So we're going to deposit $200 weekly until our balance reaches 50,000. Once it reaches 50,000, we're going to claim monthly. And we can see here that it's going to take us 348 days to get a return on our investment. You can see the total claimed here in the blue line on the chart. You can see our total balance in the blue line on the chart. So this is while we're growing. This is while we're claiming out of the system. And you'll see all the detail down here. Now, if we go down to strategy 2, you can use a different deposit amount if you would like. You can use a different regular deposit amount if you would like, and then you can obviously choose, a different strategy. So this one, perhaps we might go, we're going to claim on the first week, and then we're going to do 3 weeks of deposits. We're going to do that up until it reaches 250,000, and then we're going to claim weekly, and then that's what this is going to look like. So strategy 2 is the red line. That's showing our total balance. And it looks like we're not hitting that 250,000. Let me just have a look here. Yeah, so we haven't quite hit that 250,000 in the 3 years, which is why we're seeing the number just going up when we look at our balance here. So that's ultimately how it works. You might be wondering what these tick boxes are all about. So the reason I've included these are you may want to just create a strategy from scratch yourself. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's use strategy 1 just now as an example. Once we hit this 50,000, rather than claiming monthly, I want to go in and build out a strategy of my own. So if I click this here, I can then go into strategy 1, and we'll see that when we scroll down to the point where our balance is 50,000, okay, the strategy has stopped. Okay, the automatic strategy has stopped. So what we can do now is in this custom strategy, we can create our own strategy in here. So we could do C for a compound and deposit, and we can do X for a claim. And that's going to allow us to, perhaps we want to build up until our accumulated rewards are 25,000. And then we'll pop in claim. Okay, so it gives you a bit of flexibility. And one of the other reasons I did this is those that have bigger balances, your accumulated rewards, you've got that threshold of 50,000. And so you're probably going to have to come in and use a custom strategy once you get to a point where you're building up 50,000, within a month. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense, folks. If you've got any, for most people, you don't need to worry about using this custom strategy. The strategies that I have put in here should be sufficient for most people and most account balances. But there are going to be those of you who are going to be planning on investing a much bigger amount of money, and you may hit those 50,000 accrual reward thresholds much sooner than others, and therefore you may need to go in and play around with this on a manual basis. One thing to note is that if you do start putting in manual custom strategies, they won't automatically be deleted. So you would need to come back in and delete these yourself. Okay, so I think that is everything just about. If you've got any questions, if you've got any suggestions on ways that you think that this could be improved, please let me know either in Telegram or pop a comment in the YouTube comments box below. But enjoy, have a play. I think you will see when you play with this, just the returns are absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited about the impact that this is going to have on the Elephant Money Treasury, and B, the potential that the futures product itself has. And I will certainly be getting involved in both those areas in Elephant Money moving forward. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Bye.